Hi guys, Veronica Hoey with My Home Group here. Today in our video, I would like to chat with you guys about the contract process. Last week, we were talking a little bit about the first steps of home buying, right? And I told you guys, find yourself a realtor. Now, once you found a realtor, they're gonna start taking you out and showing you houses, right? Wrong. That is not what's gonna happen. What is gonna happen is we need to get you pre-qualified for a home loan. The reason we need to get you pre-qualified for a home loan is because legally speaking, if we are talking about the purchase contract and how to make a valid purchase contract, we cannot do that unless we have proof of funds or a pre-qualification letter from a lender in hand, right? So I want you guys to think about this. If I were to take you out today to go look at property and you fall in love with a house, you want to write an offer on that house, right? What we would need to do at that point in time is figure out where the funds are coming from. So if you don't already have a pre-qualification in hand, at that point, we're going to have to find you a lender. They're going to have to run all of their numbers, and then they're going to have to get back to me with a pre-qualification, which typically takes, with a really good lender, they can get it to me within 24 hours, but we want to give them time, right? Because they're going to need to see your tax returns and all those other financial things to ensure that you have the money to buy a home. Now, without that pre-qualification letter, our purchase contract isn't valid. Like, we can write up a purchase contract for you and it'll have how much you want to pay for the house. It'll have how much you want to put down on the house, when you want to close, everything like that, and we can even send it over. But it's not a valid purchase contract unless we have a pre-qualification or proof of funds in hand. So what I always recommend is that you don't even start looking at houses. Don't even enter a home with the thought of purchasing it unless you have a pre-qualification in hand. Now, the reason being is because our market is hot. Homes are selling really, really, really fast. And if I take you into a home and you fall in love with it and we're working on your pre-qualification after you've seen the home, there's a good possibility that that home is going to be snagged up by another buyer before we have the opportunity to get your pre-qualification over to the seller agent. And that's a problem. I don't want you falling in love with a home you can't have. So to look out for your best interest, as you should be as well, no looking at homes until you have a pre-qualification in hand, right? That is the best thing to do. We don't want you falling in love with something you cannot have. And another thing to think about is that you truly do not know your budget unless you have a pre-qualification. Because you can be like, oh, well, I make this much and Zillow says that I can afford this much, but that number isn't accurate. And I would hate to be showing you a $400,000 home when all you can afford is a $200,000 home. Because then what happens is once we get that pre-qualification, we realize you can't afford that home you fell in love with. And now every home thereafter, you're comparing to a home that you still cannot have. So our lesson today is to start with finding your real estate agent and then to get a pre-qualification letter from your lender before viewing homes. So if you guys have any questions, any concerns about this video, let me know, comment below, shoot me a private message. I would love to answer those questions for you guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful one. And as always, if you guys know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please feel free to pass on my info. I would love the opportunity to help them reach their home goals. You guys have a great one, and we'll chat later.